Top Shot seems to be the conversation, not only in the hobby, but amongst people that talk about NFTs, which is something that I learned this week, which is what this is considered, a form of currency. Not so much a collectible. It does have collectible aspects to it, but it's considered an NFT. And just crazy action going down. Highlight moments selling for more than you would think. If you're not familiar with the Top Shot, it is you buy a pack that has 3 moments of NBA players either doing a dunk, making an assist. They're serial numbered, just like cards. They're considered moments, and people are paying big dollars for some of these moments, like the LaMelo, the Halliburtons, the LeBrons, the Lucas, things like that. I mean, it's almost now darn near impossible to get a pack. I think people are in line, like digital lines now of like 100,000 people waiting for 5,000 packs. Only 5,000 out of 100,000 people get it. It's literally nuts. Forbes is talking about it. ESPN's been talking about it. $200 million in total sales. So this isn't just some flash in the pan. This is a big deal. And it's $200 million in sales in like literally 2 months, I think, maybe a little bit less. Maybe they had a little bit bigger beta period. ESPN say this is the future, NBA Top Shot and the dizzying world of digital collectibles. A LeBron James Laker highlight sells for a record $208,000. A video clip of LeBron selling for $208,000. So, C-Rad, have you got a chance to dabble in? Have you got yourself a pack yet?
I haven't even opened an account. Like we've been talking about Top Shots now for like over a month, right? You guys got into it real kind of earlier-ish. The thing for me is like I know when something is getting extremely hot, when like friends of mine that like have nothing to do with like, you know, like digital currency or sports cars, like when they start asking me about it, that's when I know when something's been hot. And like this week I have a few people like hit me up like, hey, C-Rad, you heard about the Top Shots? I'm like, yeah, bro, I have. I have not dabbled into it myself yet though. What is your thoughts on the whole thing, Dan?
So I mean, you were the first one to bring it to my attention, and that was probably maybe 6 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when you told me, I already talked about this on an earlier show. I love to hate on stuff. I love to be like, that's dumb. That'll never work. I couldn't say it about that. I get it. I mean, it's the moments attached to a blockchain. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger that you can see a record of what, like when it passes through different people, it basically keeps track of what it sells for. And there's a lot of people who are digging it. I dig it. I think I have like 47 moments. I'm not really into the selling aspect as much as I am into the collecting aspect of it. But I feel that that the market is being falsified based on the fact that these moments are selling for so much. Is it a real market, or is it being artificially inflated?
Right.
I'm a little leery about the fact that people can't cash out any of their funds and actually put money into their bank account.
Yes.
It seems like they're starting to allow people to cash out now $1,000 max every 2 days. But there's people who have probably 6 figures, even in some instances 7 figures of money in their, I guess, Dapper account is the parent company, that they can't take those funds out.
That's kind of strange.
All they can do is buy more moments with it. But Dapper is basically they're holding the bag, you know?
Exactly.
They're
Literally.
holding
Phrase I love.
Literally
I love that one. That's the phrase of 2021. I mean, to give you guys full transparency, I bought about 10 packs, I bought 15 because I had 45 moments, right? I was lucky enough to hit a LaMelo early, which was a limited edition. And only there's 4,000 LaMelo videos, and it was his first video of him doing an assist. I sold it for $3,500. Well, at least I think I sold it. Somebody bought it for $3,500. I have $3,500 in my Dapper account. So mind you, I spent like $100. Well, it was $9 times 15. So I spent a little less than $200. I was able to sell a moment for $3,500. The rest of my moments are evaluated at $9,000. Like, we're making money out of thin air here. Like, there's literally money out of thin air. I only put it up there, and it took 2 days for it to sell. The lowest sell on that card was 3,100, so I put mine at 3,500, and then 2 days later mine sold, and I was just like, okay, I'm ready to cash out. Right? And it won't let me. It won't let me get my money. It says there's a 30-day like process for them to check your account, blah, blah, blah. This was weird. This was from the CEO earlier this I think it was today, actually. Beware of cash grabs in NFT. Ask yourself the question, can I imagine the product I'm purchasing have a self-sustaining community around it for 10, 20, or 100 years? ? This is the founder of Dapper, who has other crypto sites as well. They have a lot of companies back them. I think he's worth $12 million. So it's not a guy in his basement doing some stuff. But it's kind of weird that he would say that, and I can't cash out $3,500. I know there's people that have a lot more than me. I've seen accounts. If you go on the market evaluation, which I'll try to include in the notes on this show, you can look at people's market evaluation. There's several accounts that have like $32 million in valuation of their account.
You can evaluate your own, and this is cool. This is something I actually stumbled across over the weekend. If you go evaluate.market, you can check out your evaluation of your account or anybody else's account on Top Shot, which is kind of funky because I actually was able to look up Doug's account. Mm-hmm. I don't have Doug's login or anything, but I was able to look in his account, see every moment he has and what the value is of it and the total value of his account.
Let me ask you guys a question because I have not made an account or anything like that. This is what I'm thinking. So, you obviously, do you deposit money into your account before you can buy the packs?
No, you buy it.
Or you buy the packs with your cards?
Yes.
So when you actually get lucky enough to get a pack, or if you're buying just something on the marketplace, at least on my end, when I'm usually on my phone. So I don't know if the phone is different than the desktop, but you'll buy it and it will go to like the parent company, like the point of sale is Dapper, and I have my credit card saved in there. So basically, it's just like checking out on any other e-commerce site.
Okay, because I was thinking like
it does take about 5 to 10 minutes, it seems, for your moment to show up in your account.
This is the big question off of that. Then when a LeBron sells for $200,000, how does that person put $200,000 in his account so he can buy that LeBron card?
Well, let's say that you're pretty active, and maybe like every time you sell a moment, like right now, Doug sold a LaMelo Ball for X amount. Let's say it was like $1,800 or something like that. $35, whatever.
So you have
$3,500
in your account.
I have like $3,800 in my
so
account.
it just goes into, so he, like his Dapper account, think of it as like your PayPal balance. So you can go to eBay if you had money in your PayPal and just check out, just takes it directly out of that. Think about this, Dapper is the same thing. It's like an account balance that you can buy other moments with, but you just can't necessarily check out. The other thing is, who would have $200,000 in their Dapper account?
This is what it blows my mind because it's like this just started like 2 months ago, or a month and a half ago.
You could
right?
also check out. I think you could also check out with crypto as well.
Okay, that makes sense if you could check out with crypto because I'm like, like when for example the very first packs come out, right? And people are like, oh, this is cool. And then other people who buy in the very first packs, they're like, I want that LeBron. I'll give you, like $100, say $100, $200. That person has $200. Like it seems
it's gonna take a while to get to that.
Yeah, it takes a while to get to that.
So I don't pay anything with crypto, but I think if I'm not mistaken, it might be ETH. I think ETH might
Ethereum?
be the form of crypto that they take. I don't know if they take Bitcoin.
I
think it might be Bitcoin. I think it gave me the option. Well, it didn't give me the option, but it said they can cash out in USD or Bitcoin. I believe so.
Man,
when you cash out.
we have gotten really weird on this podcast now. Like we're talking about things that I never thought I would ever learn about.
Yeah.
Or know anything about.
Come out of your mouth hole.
I could not believe I just said crypto and Bitcoin.
So
and
if you guys can't cash out with cash USD, $1,000 every few days or whatever.
That's what they say.
Can you cash out with BTC instantly?
So no. So
That's a problem.
And what I've heard, there's only been 6,000 people who've been able to check out, basically remove $1,000 from their account. And last time when I was in the digital line to get a pack, just for that one release, there was 84,000 people who were in line. So the amount of users that they have is insane out of the gate.
Astronomical. Yep. I know
See,
my friend
this
was
is
in
actually
that line.
this is actually a screenshot from mine. It says many users can't withdraw funds yet. You can see here on the right side, and you probably won't be able to read it on your screen, but I'll read it for you. It says, "We thank you for your patience while we enable withdrawals for your account. You will receive access after passing a review on our end. No further action is necessary from you. The process may take up to 30 days due to heavy demand. We appreciate your patience. These protections are in place to ensure a safe and compliant trading experience for everyone. We are processing reviews as quickly as possible on our end, and we'll continue to get faster." And then I have to say, okay, got it. And then at the bottom it says, number of people with access to withdrawals, 6,000, 1,500 added recently. So here's my theory, and this is just my opinion. I know, once again, I know this company is backed by a lot of large companies. I don't think they're a fly-by-night, but the action that they had that in 2 months makes me think that there's a few people involved that are manipulating the market. This is, once again, my opinion. I don't know. But the amount of how easy it is to sell a card or a moment, I don't want to call it a card, it's so easy to sell a moment, like instantly. I put a Halliburton up there for like $250 a month ago. It sold instantly, literally. So it's like, I almost feel like the company's like, hey, if we want people to use the app, we're going to make sure that these marketplace sales are going to happen, right? So, because if the marketplace sales don't happen, then we have no backbone to rely on, and people are going to stop buying packs and trading packs and doing all this stuff, and it's going to fade away. COMC started. Do you think that they were selling cards right away? No, because they didn't inflate. They didn't have people inflated in there. So I'm thinking there's a bunch of money that's going through this from a couple big buyers that they're not letting people cash out because they're protecting those guys and letting those guys get out of these moments before it's too late, right? That's my opinion. Once again, I don't know if this is fact, but it's just things are happening so fast. They're not letting people cash out. They're still in beta. They're still running tests and all this stuff. But people cannot get their money out of this thing. And they're not telling you. There's a 30-day. It could be 30 days to get your money out.
So players are starting to get involved as well, and they were pretty active talking about it on social media this weekend. And there was one I stumbled across was Terry Rozier, Celtics, I think.
Mm-hmm. He's a Hornet now.
Celtic Hornet. He was offering if you bought a $1,000 moment from the marketplace, he would send you a signed basketball.
Isn't that kind of manipulation?
The other, if he was like, if you spend $100,000 on my moment or whatever, he's like, I'll do a two courtside tickets when we can allow people back, and I'll do a meet and greet with you. You can basically hang out with me after the game. So is there a thing where the Top Shot or NBA are talking to the players going, hey, you are getting royalties on every single time somebody buys your moment?
Yes.
So now there's a little
that's marketing 101.
There's a little spiff on these players.
Yeah, because Halliburton's talking about it.
Yeah, so you get a little
Josh Hart was streaming about it. This weekend.
So you get a little spiff on these players who basically are like, I can make a percentage. So what can I do to try to get people to go buy my moments and add value to it?
Yeah.
And the NBA had to find other streams of revenue because of the pandemic. This is like perfect storm for them almost.
Well, and here people, transparency, right? So who's getting the packs? How do they decide who gets the packs? How do they decide when the Luka 1 of 49 pops out? How is there any kind of algorithm they can show us as the public to say, like, okay, this is our algorithm. After it's all done, this is our algorithm. These are who got these cards. NBA players are breaking these packs. So obviously they're making exceptions for these guys.
And wouldn't
they're not making them wait in line, right?
Wouldn't Josh Hart, if he goes live on his Twitch, wouldn't it be beneficial for Top Shot to make sure that he pulls either one himself or LeBron James or somebody of that caliber, Steph Curry, Harden, Durant, Zion? Wouldn't it, and low numbered, like something that like is really going to have a wow factor to it?
Yep. And Kramer has a question in the chat. Do you own the rights to these moments? Well, they're all individually serial numbered, just like cards. So I would have owned, I sold it, but I would have owned 3,540 of 4,000 of the LaMelo moment. As far as like showing it on your feed or anything like that, I'm not exactly sure, but you have that specific serial number in that moment.
And if I'm not mistaken, like you should be able to click on that moment, and there should be a ledger attached to it.
Yes.
It should have your. It doesn't have your name, but it will have
like a number.
It'll
Codes,
have,
yeah.
It'll have your
Code.
your username probably.
Yes.
It'll have your username, and it'll say that username sold it for this much on this day.
Right. And it did. I actually followed the sale. It said, it had some code on who got it. But yeah, I mean, it's and then the fact that I spent, and there's a lot of users like this, that I spent $140 and I made $9,000. Well, 9,000. I'm going to put in quotations because I don't know if it's real money until I get it in my account. But supposedly I spent $140. I mean, come on.
Seems too easy to make money, huh?
Too easy. It seems too good to be true. And my fear, even if they streamline this and they find out a way to get people more packs, it's never going to be as good as it is now. There's no way you can. For one, you can't get a pack now. So that's the hard part. Is I've lost interest because it's impossible to get a pack. And I have really no interest of buying moments. I just don't. Like I
bought one yesterday.
I don't know. It's not for me. I'd rather
Dan
buy a
likes it.
card.
Dan loves it.
I love the thrill of opening up the packs on there. So since I can't do that, I've lost 100% interest for me.
If it is legit though, and I'm gonna have to disagree with you on like the having to open up packs, because you can make money looking at the marketplace and finding value based on.
Oh
the
no, I
serial
agree
number.
with you there.
Like
No, I didn't
could-
say that you couldn't make
you,
money.
You can definitely make money doing. I mean,
It's just not as. It's the hunt for me that's fun, I should say. I just like what we do on a daily basis. The hunt for me. I mean, if I'm buying. I buy singles on eBay. Yeah, that's fun. But I know what I'm buying. Like if I buy a $9 pack and I got the possibility of hitting a $3,500 LaMelo ball, that's what excites me. You know, the fact that I'm going to buy a Giannis and wait for it to go up and then sell it is not as fun for me as, say, hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and also like the thing is you're gonna see these players have more highlights, right? So which ones are gonna stand out more than others, right? We were talking about this, like the LaMelo that you had was an assist, and I think an assist is probably going to be pretty low on the.
But it's the first one.
It's the first one, but I think the dunks are probably going to be the number one highlight you want. I think it's going to be some, like, it's going to go dunks and then maybe 3-pointers, maybe a block, but steals, and it all like breaks down to the serial number. Obviously, if it's like super limited, numbered to 99, it doesn't really care what the moment is, because it's so limited, it's going to hold that value. Like I have a Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks, and it's numbered to 99. It's like a $6,000 moment. Now,
Did you buy that at a $1,000 pack?
I bought that at a $1,000 pack, but that $1,000 pack had one number to 99, two number to 499s, and then 10 commons. So that $1,000 pack, I probably net $10,000 in profit.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And when I bought that, it was the day before the Super Bowl, and I remember I was going to your house to watch the Super Bowl, and I was sitting there like, I'm like, I can't believe I am gonna buy
I
$1,000 pack of
didn't
digital
know
moments,
this, bro. I didn't know this.
So
That's
yeah,
pretty
and
amazing.
it sold out. It sold out right away. I was fortunate to get it, but I actually was laughing because I'm like, who is dumb enough to buy a $1,000 pack? Me. I'm dumb enough. I'm in. So I bought it.
But it seems smart now. I mean,
And then,
as long as you get real money.
No, and then I saw I got my main one was a Mitchell Robinson, and I'm like, oh, dude, that like couldn't have been any
Murdered.
worse. I'm like, look, I saw the checklist. The checklist for the 99 moments were terrible. I mean, Steph Curry was probably the best one. That Steph Curry at one point, number to 99, was selling for like $35,000, $60,000.
So.
Who knows? Like, dude, the amount of money that some of those moments go for.
But where's this money coming from?
That's
is
what I'm
the
saying.
question.
Like, yeah, it just
Where's this
it,
money
it just,
coming
I
from?
mean, I know there's a lot of eyeballs on it, and a lot of people are talking about it, so it's definitely a real scenario. But yeah, you're right. Like, who's got? Like, I'm gonna throw $100,000 on an asset moment.
My thing is that how can something that, especially with the commons, with the $9 packs, how could like a moment that technically is costing $3 because you're getting 3 of them for $9? How could that moment in Doug's case be worth $3,800?
Yeah.
How could something that literally I paid $3 for within 2 weeks be worth $3,800.
Yeah, you want to talk about sustainability. There's no way that you could just make instant,
But I'm
5,000 times your money. You know what I mean? You just can't. It cannot sustain. It doesn't make any sense.
Somebody has to get. Somebody has to be left holding the bag.
Yeah. That's right.
Holding the ball bag. Yep, for sure. That's what's going to happen. You got nothing but your ball bag left.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where it goes. I think it levels out a little bit. I think it's very cool. Again, I'm more into collecting the moments than I am selling the moments. So I like the idea. I've been trying to collect a bunch of Warriors players.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I can't afford a Wiseman. I can't afford a Curry.
I have a Curry.
Curry?
Yeah.
Minimum Curry is $600.
Yeah. Wow, $600.
You got a Curry from one of your $9 packs?
Yeah, I have a LeBron
Nice.
too, and a
I got
Giannis.
a LeBron. I got 2 Giannis's. I got a Harden, a Durant, Dame Lillard.
Once again, I don't want it to be like not real. I want this to work out. It's just almost too good to be true.
Issue.
Too
good to be
people
true.
aren't getting packs. Cards are selling for $100,000.
My friends who have no idea what they're doing are asking me about
Well,
it.
we talk about it all the time. And we talk about it in this industry. If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
And it's like,
like if you're getting a really, really good deal, like you're getting a steal on a card, you're probably getting scammed.
It could happen, but
I'm not saying Top Shot's a scam. I'm saying like I think it's inflated to the point where like everybody is on cloud 9 right now. They're like, I am doing something I love. I'm gonna be able to retire. I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life. But you actually haven't got any money yet.
right. And that's
like
the thing.
You've made it's like having a $1 million check in your pocket, but you just have nowhere to cash it.
Right. There's no banks open.
There's like no banks that will like cash this one check. Like you got to find a very specific bank to cash it, and it doesn't exist.
If somebody has actually received cash, I want to know. I want to comment on the video. If you're live now, let us know that I've got cash out of it. I've cashed out. The $1,000 cap doesn't make sense either, because if you sold that $200,000 LeBron, you're like, cool, I'm gonna buy a house in Florida now. Every 2 days you take out $1,000, so it's gonna take you almost all year to get your money out. You know what I mean? Like at that point, who knows? I mean, it's just very strange to me. Yeah, I mean, if you buy stocks, you cash out. You're allowed to cash out pretty fast, right?
Even gambling sites, they'll cash you out faster and with bigger amounts.